Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth and I'm here in my art loft, and I wanted to show you that I finished my hexagons for my rubber stamp that I was working on the other day and showed you several pictures of it. Anyway, I decided to use this little piece that I had cut out, even though I'd made another piece for it. I don't know where the other ones went, but I decided to use this. So this is what it looks like, and when I stamped it, then this is what it looks like stamped. So I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm going to use it on my gel plate, which I actually tried to film a copy of doing so just a bit earlier, and of course things messed up. So we'll get right to it. I'm going to put this up here out of the way so that I'm going to put on some boysenberry, Ceram Coat boysenberry paint. I should scoot that up just a little bit so you can see more of the plate, because I'm sure you don't just need, you don't just need to see the disc making weird noises. So I'll smooth that out nicely, and then we'll put the rubber stamp on it and subtract out what the stamp looks like. Make a nice even coat, thin, even coat. Go all the way to the edges. Some people don't care if they go to the edges. I guess I'm a little finicky on that. There's a little something there that I don't want. Don't like odd things on my plate, so get rid of it and then smooth it out. This paint is a little bit wet, so it might take it a little while to dry, but that'll be all right. Okay, I'm going to roll off my excess paint here, and then we'll get started. Okay. Put my brayer over there. It is heavy. Stuff is really heavy, kinda heavy. Okay, I'm going to see if I can't line this up nicely, like with one of the grids. They'll work fine. And then we'll put this piece back in, which I think it goes, nope, right there, yeah. So put that in there like that, and then we'll give it a good roll with a brayer to make sure it's down against the plate. And if it squishes just a little bit, sometimes that's a lot, better, because it actually moves the paint aside so that you can see the imprint of the rubber stamp better. At least I don't mind it. Some people might. Who knows? People are different. That's what makes the world go round, though, isn't it? Okay, so that looks good enough to me. So we'll just pick this up like this. Ooh, it's looking pretty good. And I'll try stamping it over here where I have the excess paint from that. We'll see if it comes off on a piece of paper here. It looks pretty good. It looks like it had some blue left over from whatever I did last on my plate. And we'll take this little guy off and use him to print the last little piece missing out of this other piece. And that made pretty nice little print. Look at this. Looks pretty good. Okay, we'll put this up here to dry. And now we'll want to roll on another color. But, wow, that looks pretty cool. I have to make another hexagonal plate. Well, not the plate hexagonal, but the images on it hexagonal. That's what it'll look like. And when I picked up the plate though, and I pulled up this side and this side at the same time, that's why you get that little blurring right there. Okay, let's see if we can give it a little bit of time to dry. Somebody suggested that when I'm waiting for it to dry, I can actually stop my video, pause it, but I don't know how to stop it because all the different things on it, the one thing turns the cam, because I use my phone, and maybe if I had a camera to use it might work better, but when I'm using the phone, then it doesn't, it only has a button for turning the camera around, one for stopping the video, one that is a little, some kind of a, well, maybe that's the pause. Let's try it. Aha, that was the pause button. I had never noticed that one before. Okay, so now we're ready. I did get that dried off enough, and I do need to take off this little bit of some kind of foreign substance there. I'm going to take that off because I don't want that. And now we're ready to put on the next color, and let's go ahead and use I think we'll use this one right here, this school bus yellow. It's kind of it's a matte color, and we'll just put that right there. Should turn these all upside down so that they'd be ready to squirt out, but sometimes when you do that, it doesn't work as well as you might hope. Let's put it back in its little container. Tried to organize my desk so I'd have more room to put my jelly plate on to work, because I had paints all over it everywhere. So I put them in boxes and set them to the side, and then every time I use my gel plate, they just seem to migrate out of the box and onto the table again. I don't understand it. Just something to do with the way they work, I guess. Either that or it's me lazy about putting them back in the boxes. Could that be it? Perhaps. Trying to get a smooth, nice, even coat here. And it's weird looking in the middle, but we'll go with it. Rolling it off over here. Okay. So I'm going to subtract some out of there with my butterfly stamp, just because. Get my stuff ready for it. Okay. Ooh, that came out nicely. See if it stamps off nicely. It did. Can't see it as well as I'd hoped because the paper I'm stamping it onto is a little bit dark with colors. But it'll be fun. I think I'll probably just put about 5 in the middle of it. And then we'll put on another color. And pick it up. I usually like to use 3 or more colors when I'm doing a block like this. I mean a print. Now, my roll-off sheet could have been better, but that's the way it works. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, let's see what it looks like from the other side. You can see that hexagonal, the hexagonal, blah, 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 hexagon prints pretty well. The butterflies look pretty good too. So if we put a nice, I think we'll use a brown, but we'll have to definitely let that yellow dry. So I'm going to pause you again. You won't feel a thing. Okay, well that didn't take too long. It's not totally dry, but it's dry enough. And I have this color called chocolate cherry, which I like chocolate covered cherries. It's a really pretty rich reddish brown. And it will come out, maybe, if I shake it a little. Probably shaking the whole table. Oh, come on, a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, it's good enough. Okay, let's see if we can spread that all out. Not getting your... Get our rubber brayer covered first, and then we'll spread it out. See if we can get a nice even coat. Might have used too little because it looks like it's going to be really, really thin, and when it gets that thin, then it starts picking up pieces, some of it sometimes, like see here in this corner here. Come on, baby, you can do it. Don't stripe and don't pick up. It's picking up stuff. It'll be an interesting print, I can tell. So what I'm going to do is pick it up with a print that I already have picked up, that I already have printed some. Let's see if I can pick up a little bit there. Oh, great. I hate the lines in it though, so that's why I'm trying to see if I can make it a little less obvious that there are lines in it, but it's not working, so I might as well pick it up since I'm going to have a disaster as it is. And nothing rolls off my brayer because it's so dry already. Okay, let's see if anything picks up on this piece, which has already been printed once. See, that's what it looks like. We'll try to print that, see what picks up on that, and we'll probably have some left over on our plate and see how it works. Okay, I'm not going to like smooth it forever, just a bit. Get the corners though. And there it's picked up, but not much. But kind of interesting how it's picked up. You can see the butterflies. You can see the, can't see the brown there because the brown did not actually work. But this is really nice right in there. It'll probably become a postcard, or I'll transfer more to it. But we do have part of the hexagonal stuff on there still. We have a little bit of lines on the print, and I'm going to go ahead and print another one. So I'm going to stop you again while I put this away and get ready. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to roll a little bit of this light blue on here to pick up what's left on the plate, and then we'll start all over to see if we can make it work the way that we wanted it to work before. And we'll see how the light blue does. My chocolate cherry is almost gone. I'm very sad because I don't see it in the stores anymore. I've looked and looked and looked, and I haven't found it online either, so I guess I won't be able to pick up any more with that. Okay, I'm going to use a completely blank sheet of paper to take this off as soon as I roll off my brayer, of course. This roll-off sheet's interesting. My brayer's interesting. I hate it when my brayer gets so pretty and I want to pick it up. And my brayer gets prettier than the plate. That's bad. Okay, I'm smoothing this down like totally. smooth it for a while, so I'm going to pause you again so you won't have to watch. Okay, that should do it, so we'll just peel this off of here and see what we got. And we've got a little bit left on the plate, but look at this. This is interesting. Kind of like it. I really like this part here, where you can see part of it, and you can see the butterflies, and then you can see a very light bit of the other hexagonals. Okay, well, that wasn't a total flop. It wasn't totally great either, but it wasn't a total flop. Pick up a little bit of that extra stuff there. We don't need to have that. And let's go again. We're going to use the same colors that we did last time, except we'll have to use a different brown because that brown is out. But we'll use the boysenberry to start with. Sounds like it's almost out, but I do have another bottle of that. I like that color too. It's really pretty, rich red, violet kind of color. And we'll just roll that out. See my, well, I was going to show you my brayer, but I already messed it up. Again, smoothing it out so that it's nice and hopefully no lines, no splotchiness. And it does have some splotchiness because that's left, this part here, the white that you can see in there is left over on the plate from the bluish white that I used to pick up the other print. So we might get some interesting things rolling off the brayer. That's interesting. Still wet. I like to get my brayer completely dry before I put on the next color. So, okay. And now we're going to put the same thing back down there. Need to wash off the back of that. It's really kind of messy. Okay, I think we'll go right there where we went before. Make sure there are no bubbles in it, air bubbles. We'll put this little piece in there again, and that goes right there like that. Uh-oh, no it doesn't. It goes like that. Should be similar on each side, but we might get some offset there because I did put it in wrong to start with. Make sure that that's down nicely, really down. You can smooth it with your hand, but I think I got it a little crooked, but that's okay too. That's not going to hurt. This time I think I'll pick up that, no, I can't pick up the little piece first. I'm just going to pick it up. I'm just going to pick it up. And then I'll put it over on the side and make a print with that. And then I will be back to finish this one. So hold on again. Okay, I have dried that and now it's time for the school bus yellow. And let's get that down to the end there and squirt a little bit of that on there. That should be plenty. Maybe too much. Looks like it might be too much. Ah, well. Maybe it won't show the lines as much if we can smooth it out nicely. It's looking pretty good. I didn't clean my brayer the last time I did a print, and therefore my brayer has a little more buildup. And sometimes when you do that, you get the edges built up a little bit too much, and then the edges can show when you are rolling because they are actually higher than the rest of the brayer. And if they're higher than the rest of the brayer, then they will show as you roll because they will hit the plate more than the rest of the brayer does. But it looks pretty good, so we'll go with that. Let me roll this off. And then we'll take out some with the butterflies. Okay, don't fall over. Okay, so here's my butterfly stamp to take a little bit out. That took it out nicely. Okay, just a couple more. I usually like to stamp them in odd numbers, but really it doesn't matter because if I'm making a journal page out of this, then you'll only get like half of them at a time anyway, so you probably won't get odd numbers on each side of the page, on each page that you've sewn it into a signature. So it really doesn't matter if you use odd numbers or even numbers or whatever you like when you're making your page. Now, if I was going to frame it, obviously it would make a difference as to the number of butterflies I had. And one more to make it nice and odd again. And we've got 7. Okay, so now I turn you off again and then see if I can make my chocolate cherry paint go far enough to pick this up. Be right back. Okay, I'm back and we're going to try to pick this up with the chocolate cherry. I did find another bottle of it that was almost empty as well. I combined the two, added a little water, and hopefully it won't be too liquidy, but just liquidy enough to pick up the print. So here we go. Spreading it out. Coating my brayer. And then we'll go with it. It looks pretty good so far. I think there are a few little lumps in it. That's what happens when you get down to the dredges in the bottle. Again, what I'm looking for is a nice even coat and no holes in it from having the boogers on the brayer. Looks pretty good actually. There's one, the little one. Okay, let's go again real quick. And it is starting to dry on there. It's doing perfectly the way I want it. And now I need to get my paper ready and get it down on there. Looks like we're pretty much without lines. There is a little bit of a line there. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay, that looks good. Move that out of the way and get this rolled off so that my brayer isn't totally wet later. It's like chocolate pudding. Okay. And I'm not even hungry. Here we go. We'll see if it worked. And I do want to smooth this out for a while. And let's see how we're doing on time. We've still got only 25 minutes used because I learned to use my pause button. Hate it when the whole thing scoots. Okay, I'm going to pause you for a minute, rub on this for a minute, and then I will be right back. Okay, I believe that we are ready to pick up the print. So let's see what we've got. Left a little bit on the plate still, but it's rather interesting. That white is probably the white paint that I had left over from the last time. Can't really tell one way or the other right now. Could be the paper showing through. Got a very subtle hexagonal pattern, and I'm satisfied with that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, thumbs up, or share, Thank you. Bye.